Hello my dear friends, welcome to this channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Jane. I'm a life coach, a women's coach. Today's video will be about how not to lose yourself when you are trying to achieve a certain big goal and stay in peace during that process, how not to lose your inner happiness. In many sessions with my clients, I always love to guide women that come to me towards their own inner happiness, because I believe that once you find it within yourself, you truly become very powerful, because you don't need external factors to make you happy, and your happiness doesn't depend on other people, circumstances that are happening in your life. I always love to say to my clients that the source of your happiness, the source of your love, the source of everything you desire is within you. And when you open that source, when you cultivate it within, when you start deriving those positive emotions, that power from yourself, that's when the external reality really reflects everything you have within yourself, and it is reflected in you having a wonderful partner and great relationships, great love. And it is reflected in your career, reflected in your money, reflected in all the opportunities that are happening in your life. But first, you need to find that source within yourself. You need to cultivate it, and you need to live through that source every day. So that is why today I want to talk about present moment and how living in the present moment may change your life. You probably heard many times in different books, in social media, that you need to live in the present moment. Just live in the present moment. Don't think about the future, right? And it's easy to say, but in order to really feel the meaning of these words, you need to experience that. It was one of the biggest transformations that has happened to me in my life, that transformed my reality, when I shifted to the present moment, and when I became more conscious of my thoughts. I became conscious and aware of the fact that every day, instead of living here and now, I live so much in my head, in my thoughts. And this is happening to every person in this world. We all have this constant thought process, which can also be called the ego. That thinking process, in that constant scroll of thoughts, it's so hard to really be present. It's so hard to experience the moment here and now and come from our head to our body. One of the biggest transformation has happened to me. I found a book. I didn't find it, it really just came to me. Don't remember how. I think it was through a friend or someone left the book in my flat. And this book is The Power of Now, which is written by Eckhart Tolle. And this book changed my life. If you would ask me what's my favorite book in the world, I would say it's The Power of Now. And that's why I recommend it to every person that is asking me how to be happy in this life. And I believe the concept that he described in this book explains everything. How to truly be happy, how to achieve that state of inner happiness and be content with your life. Because so many times we think that our happiness is outside of us. Maybe when we get to a certain place, we would finally be happy. When we have that ideal relationships that we dream about, we would finally be happy. Maybe when we have so much money and we would be able to afford everything we desire and live our best life, we would be happy. And I agree with you that money, it gives freedom. And this freedom gives you a feeling of happiness. What is that inner happiness and how to really get there? Actually, the answer to that question is very simple, and it's much simpler than you think. Now I want to share a little bit of my personal story, as in the last 2 weeks I've been feeling not so well, and I started feeling very imbalanced, which happens to me sometimes when I need to really understand something and transform some of my thinking. But I hate this state because usually I'm very in love with life and super inspired and enjoy. The last 2 weeks I started losing that feeling of happiness within me, which got me super worried and scared. As I started losing the spark, I started losing the motivation, the inspiration. I started sliding into this negative loop of thinking, of analyzing, of trying to resolve this issue and come back to that state of peace and balance within me. In my mind, what has happened is that I made myself a goal. I envisioned that goal. I started, I can also call it a dream, maybe a dream vision of how I want my reality to be. And that vision, that dream vision, requires me to achieve a certain goal. I started envisioning that dream version, that dream reality through meditations, through practices. I kind of already experienced that reality within my mind, but my physical world is not reflecting that yet to me. As I started visualizing that reality more and more, I realized that I'm so not happy with what I have right now. And I want that reality that I envisioned for myself as soon as possible. This was the main mistake that brought me to a state of misery, and that brought me to a state where I started losing my happiness because I started living in the future and living in my head. When we live in our future, it's more about anxiety and that we feel anxious because the future hasn't arrived yet. And as we don't see it in our physical reality, we start worrying that that future will never appear. It's an illusion at the end of the day, because there is no future and there is no past. Everything that is happening in the present moment, and my future will be happening also in the present moment. So when you start focusing on the future, it gives you a lot of anxiety. And this takes you away from the present moment, and this takes you away from the source of the happiness. I started living in the future, waiting when this reality gonna finally manifest. In this moment, you stop trusting life and you want to control things. You want to take everything under your control and kind of monitor monitor the reality, form the reality by yourself. But sometimes it's so important to just trust and give it all to the higher power, give it all to God. Say to yourself that whatever is about to happen to me is the best outcome ever. When you want to take everything under control, it's impossible. It's an illusion. You can't control the future. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But instead of really enjoying the present moment, doing whatever you can from a place where you are, you put all your focus on an illusionary control of something that is impossible to control. Then instead of actually living, instead of actually enjoying this beautiful life and doing what you love, enjoying this journey, enjoying the path, you are living in this future world that hasn't even arrived yet. You're so unhappy in that state because you're not relaxed. All your thoughts are directed towards the future that you cannot control, but you're trying somehow. You're trying to push the reality. You're trying to basically become God. Become God and predict what's going to happen. Who wins from that? Actually, no one. Because you're not only losing the present moment, you're not only losing here and now, which might not even happen tomorrow. You don't know whether you're gonna actually wake up and continue this life. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But also, you're in a constant tension within yourself. You're in a constant anxiety. You're in a constant worry. It is also an ego that is like a little child, you know, that wants things to be in a certain way. And if it is not in the way that he or she wants, I don't know, it is he or she, it's ego, then you're kind of feeling resentment towards life. Why this is not happening? I work so much for it. I deserve it. I want it right now. Where is it? So you become resentful and you feel this resentment within your heart and it destroys you. It destroys you because you're trying to control things. I realized that instead of enjoying the path itself, I live with this constant desire to come to the point B, right? But it is impossible to come to the point B if you're not enjoying the journey, if you're not making steps. And it's impossible to make those steps when you're in the constant state of anxiety and when you're in this constant state of fearing the future. Your energy is all there instead of here. So you will never get to that point B in that scenario. I'm not saying that it is bad to make goals, but I realized that it's so important to, if you've already envisioned what you want, if you've created yourself some goal that you want to achieve, it's amazing. Write it down and leave it. Leave it and let it go. Let go of the attachment to this goal. Stop identifying yourself with that goal and allow yourself to be here and now and move from a place of present moment where every day you wake up without thinking what's going to happen in the future, and you ask yourself every day, what would my higher self, the version of me that is there, already has achieved that goal, already lives the life I want to live, what would that higher self, my higher self, would do in order to get a little bit closer to that goal? And listen. And then you do one thing, you do one little step every day towards that goal, but you're not attached to it, because your happiness is not there. It's here already. It's within yourself. It's in this present moment, when you're not thinking about the future, when you're not thinking about the past, when you're experiencing this life here and now. So once you will understand that your happiness was always here and now, and once you will start living every day in your present moment, doing best you can to get where you want, but still enjoying the ride, enjoying the journey, enjoying the moment, that's how you're gonna get to that point B. With the source within you, with the energy within you. Because in the last 2 weeks, I lost that source of energy to do something, to create something, to work with my clients, to give something to this world. The source was gone. Because the source is here and now. That's where your source of happiness, energy, life force is. I'm gonna finish this video now. It was a little bit longer than I expected, but I just really wanted to give that message. So I want to just summarize and give you these main points from this video. If you want to achieve your goal, if you want to be happy, if you want to be full of source, full of energy every day, derive that happiness from little things in your daily life, from a cup of coffee or matcha, from a meeting with your friend, from reading a nice book, from having a walk in nature. What if you never get there? What if you will never achieve that goal? It means that you will never have a chance to be happy? It means that everything is pointless? No. Because the happiness is in the journey. I want others to be aware of it as well, because it's really easy to slide into this illusionary thinking and living in the future, fearing the future, living from your ego, feeding your ego every day. And this doesn't bring anything but misery. I wish you to be happy. I wish you to live in the present moment, to cherish that present moment every day, and know that this is all that you have, and this is all that you will ever have. Don't lose a chance to live. Don't lose a chance to really enjoy every single day, every single moment of your life, and stop living in your head. If you like this video, if this video motivated you, inspired you, gave you some interesting insight that you were looking for, put the thumb up, leave a comment if you want to share your own story and maybe some tips that help you be present, and subscribe to this channel. There will be so many more interesting insights, videos from me. If you would like to work with me personally, you can always find me in the links that I will leave in the description box for this video, and we can work on your particular case. I can help you understand yourself, what's going on, your blocks, and how to get to your point B in the most genuine and enjoyable way. I'm sending you lots of love from my heart. I'm feeling it right now. I'm sending you lots of happiness and joy. And the most important thing, I'm sending you a lot of peace. I'll see you in the next video.